Guys,
hello.
It's Monday. Just done sprint planning. What's happening this week?
Yes, there'll be quite a lot of work on Skystead this week. I'll be doing a lot of scan stuff, and Laura will once again be making through the giant list of structures in the game, buildables.
Yeah, for me, I've got a load of fixing that needs to be done. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of things to do with the shop, saving and loading. When you get some voice lines written up. That's a word. Yeah, there's a lot to do, as Guy said. It'll be fine. We'll be fine, right?
Making a start on the trailer as well. Ooh.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay, today it's just been catching up with a bunch of admin stuff, really. So one of the things I was working on with Skystead Ranch, though, was this item carrying through portals thing that I was sort of working on Thursday. Then we had a Christmas party on Friday, so... Okay, yeah, so one of the issues we're having with the items when they're going through portals was it would sort of like kick in the physics, because the item would spawn on the other side of the doorway, and it would sort of push the player back, and it would knock them back through the door, so it would get stuck in sort of like an infinite looping cycle. That should be fixed now. It just had to go through all of the items and change which layers they were on, so now that was absolutely fine, seamless. There was no knocking about whatsoever. And the items do actually carry through. There is a problem with saving at the moment. I think there's a way to duplicate items. So if you're leaving the cave, it saves that you've got it in your hand or something. But I'll look at that tomorrow. Another big thing that we've been working on today is I've actually shared it in the Discord in the announcements. Is this the game jam that Jack and Cameron were working on last week? I managed to get it all in and working. I did spend like a good 10 hours or something on it yesterday, just trying to get it as polished as I physically could before submitting. And that's been submitted now, so the deadline was midnight. And I think there's a stream where they give out awards or something on Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I don't expect we'll get any awards though, but fingers crossed. It's just a nice little game that anyone can play it, and it's free, so feel free to check that out if you're watching the video. I think the guys had a lot of fun putting it together, and I had a lot of fun with it yesterday, so yeah, it's quite good.
Hello, today I made a goat scratcher for Brie. It's based off on cow scratchers that exist in real life. They are there to apparently make cows happy. According to how to make over 100 cows extremely happy very quickly videos on YouTube. It's like a toothbrush for cows. Quite confused as to how to make a low poly version of that, but I think I kind of did it.
Okay, so there's not much really to explain what's going on here. Today, I'm probably quite a lot of the week, I'm going to be going through a lot of the fixes on this Trello board list. They've been here for quite a while and they need to get done. So I've made quite a few already, quite a few fixes here yesterday, but I'm still making my way down them. I'm going to be focusing especially on the wooden planter today and the trees, and they're quite big fixes. As you can see here, the fix for the wooden planter was to add some flowers into it, and I've currently just stole Laura's flowers that she did for the wheelbarrow. However, they're quite high poly, but on this it was fine because the the wheelbarrow was quite low poly itself, so it was only about 2,000 polys. However, when it comes to my wooden planter, the wooden planter is quite high in poly count, so I'm essentially going through the flowers now and trying to make them a bit lower, just so the overall mesh is around about 2,000. And I'm pretty much already under there, but there's a few little things I can do to reduce it a little more. As you can see here, I'm going through the sort of ridge of the flowers and just merging these vertices together, as I don't really need them because there's already thickness thanks to the middle, so hopefully the face rotations will be the same on both sides, which they are. So yeah, I'm doing little things like this, just sort of like boring stuff, so maybe not too many recordings, but hopefully these fixes will get sorted relatively quickly.
So I've gone ahead and started the work on the next trailer, which is the main task this week for myself. Still using the same graph we use every time I make a trailer, in terms of like how you meant to sort of approach the intensity of excitement. So I've jotted down some ideas for what we're going to do for each of the different sections here, or the different 5 sections, and I've started recording some clips. See here, I do need to go through and actually name them so I can make better sense of them when it comes to editing the video together. Some of these probably won't be used as well, so I've recorded the same thing multiple times to try and get a good shot. So over here on the TV as well, I'm just actually running around and sort of just building up the scene a bit. Working up here for now, I'm going to do some fishing and cooking shots. Already got some fishing scenes I might use from the previous small trailers I did. But I've made this look nice, so I'm going to start try and get some cooking scenes as well. We can try and make it look nice and filled in up here. And yeah, this bit down here, the main part of the island, we're going to go ahead and fill this in as we're recording the bits. That's why it's only slightly filled in for now. There's a big bit of dirt there because we're going to do the farming. But right now there's an issue with the fence post not lining up properly. So waiting for another build, and then I'll get the farming scenes ready and shot together.
Been doing a couple of different things. Working on Demetrius again now. We finished the Game Jam game, so back on this now. You can see over there, this is now in. I'm trying to get the boss to launch a missile, and that's just happening. That shouldn't be happening, but yeah, I'll have a look at that tomorrow. But yeah, basically we've got this jumping one here now as well, kind of, and then yeah, it's pretty easy to get up. And then yeah, you can just destroy that, just the same as every other one.
Hello, today I made a house for Spike. It is one of the most simplest houses, I guess, that we have. This one's just made of sticks and leaves and some cloth for the roof. And I almost forgot to add, but I added a little mat for Spike as well, because other skeleton houses have mats as well.
Okie dokie, so I'm still chiseling my way through this long list of fixes here. However, yesterday I did get some good ones done, some bigger fixes that needed doing, one of them being this sort of pine tree one here, which we needed more growth stages for, which initially does sound like a small fix to add 2 extra trees, but I did want to also re-UV map and obviously retexture the whole thing so they're all nice and consistent. Originally there was only supposed to be 4 growth stages, however I accidentally did 5, but Rob sort of liked them all together, so we're going to keep 5. Similarly today, I'm going to be doing the same for the acorn tree, which is needs growth. That's a big render. Which we need growth stages for too. And you can see I'm already sort of getting through them now. I'm in the process of UV mapping them, but I have added an extra few, and they all look nice together. So the plan is to get these UV mapped, thrown into Substance Painter, the texture up like these ones, and that'll be another fix done.
So it's another day of doing the trailer work. So I put some still footage together here, as you can see. Some of there I have put note on, and I need to re-record these sections, mainly being that I think it would look much nicer if the camera was doing the same movement for all the clips. It's also a bit fast, so I'm not too sure, but we'll see. I'm trying to get it to show off enough in the time frame. So yeah, it probably won't be this fast of a transition, but the main thing is I see the camera's like going left to right there, but then it starts at a different angle for each one of those clips. So I want those three to match up better. Yeah, I'm quite happy with where we're at so far, but this is all the clips I've done from yesterday. The main issue I'm having over here on the TV, going to the game. See over there on the TV, we're in the game, as you can see, but in the top right, bottom left, none of the UI is showing for the actual camera controls, which is what we need to record the clips. The F buttons aren't working, so yeah, I've been back and forth with Rob trying to get that fixed, but he's had a bit trouble with that, so just waiting for that to get updated so I can actually continue making some of the trailer there.
Yeah, okay, so today I've got a couple of things to show off. Over the last couple of days really, just doing a few small things like bug fixing and just kind of polishing things up. So one of the first things I did that I want to show off is that the AI can now actually cross over this bridge. They couldn't do that before, and they'd just stand there and wait for you. But yeah, if I knock it down, then yeah, the AI will actually cross it. I mean, nothing too exciting, but probably something useful. Yeah, the way I was going to do it was rebuilding the entire nav mesh, but it slows the game down. So I ended up just using like a nav mesh obstacle and having the nav mesh built, and then it kind of just destroys it when it's done, and then the AI can pass. I don't know if that's a good way to do it, if there's a better way to do it, but that was what came in my head. Yeah, that was the way I thought to do it. yeah, and then another couple of things, mainly with the grapple, because level 6, which I'll show off in a second, uses the grapple. Like, it's all about learning to use the grapple, and one of the things is being able to grapple the enemies and stuff. So before it would kind of move the enemy right to you, now it just moves it a little bit in front of you, just so like it doesn't knock you or anything with its collision, because there's a couple of times if you've done it right on an edge it could knock you back and then the enemy could knock you off the edge. So now rather than coming like to your exact location, it basically just goes a little bit in front of you. And it's the same for the flying enemy as well. Yeah. And yeah, but I mean, finally for level 6 there's still not much, just a little block out really, but basically this is kind of the same. I can pull this down and then that's going to be locked here until you solve a puzzle. Then you go through, you can basically say you can't get through, so you would have to go up here. This isn't going to be here, this is just because this isn't working at the minute and I haven't got around to fixing that yet. I just had a little cheat way to get up, and then yeah, basically you have to go through here and then you can pull that and you can get through. Again, there's really not much to show here, it's a very basic block out, but there's going to be more stuff doing here, then you're going to come through here. Not sure how we're going to do this. Basically at the minute, you just... This is another one of the things from the tutorial level 1. But I feel like a lot of people are just going to wander into this room and get hit by the boulder. So, we should probably have something like on the wall, or I don't know, just to warn you that there's a like boulder there.
Hello, most of my day was spent making this stone gargoyle. When I looked up some references, all of them looked quite spooky, but then again, this is for Spook, for his happiness. I tried to make it a little bit cuter. It was quite round initially, and then I thought, okay, this is stone, so it should probably be a little more angled in some places to make it look like it's been carved by hand, and I hope it doesn't look too spooky in the end.
Okay, so it's been quite a lot of
boring stuff
today in terms of just doing fixes and things like that for the game in general. However, during the stream today, I did manage to get a new asset done, which is Hyperd's Skyship, who is a very loyal member to our community and pledged to the Kickstarter, so he gets his own little skyship. And yeah, so he was in the stream today and gave me a lot of advice of what he wants for the skyship, and we actually used the newer version of the Athena that I made a while ago. It's sort of just a little test project. So this is the original one, and obviously I made quite a lot of changes to the hull and things like that. But we sort of just worked from that sort of silhouette design, and overall came out pretty well. Obviously I didn't have too much time on the stream, so I wouldn't have got the whole model done, but I wanted to block out everything that that Hyperd wanted in, which was bigger engines, a sort of more of a steampunk industrial look. So that's why we've got this big sort of what's it called? Not oil ship. What are they called? Steam engine sort of thing on the side here, and a crane on the top that's going to have a bit of a pulley system for a little crane down here. I did draw on stream what I was thinking, and Hyperd seemed to like it, which is a sort of crane that holds up a sort of pallet of items here, and we're going to have a sort of pulley at the back about there, and we're going to straighten out this front bow here just so we can have the crane sit on it. But overall, that's pretty much going to be the design. It's not done yet, but it will be done before the game's initial release. So yeah, this will probably be worked over Christmas.
So I spent the rest of the day getting the rest of the clips that we need for the first pass of the trailer for Skystead Ranch. And I've put together the trailer now. I've got all the clips I needed, and I've edited it all together with the music, so it's all sort of synced up to the beat of the music, hopefully. There's some bits there you see, similar from last week, is that they need to be re-recorded for some sections, just because I know there's some changes I want to do. But in regards to save file issues, I don't want to do that just yet, but I can get on and do that now. But yeah, the first pass of the trailer has been exported. If you head over to here, there's the actual trailer there. So yeah, I sent it off to the guys to be reviewed. They'll be watching it now, hopefully, and give me feedback on any issues. I'm sure there will be some, because it always is the first pass. But yeah, that's the first lot done, and then we'll be fixing it and getting this as perfect as we can in order to get this sent out to Steam and everything else.
Yeah, okay, so today, because I think everyone's obviously busy on Skystead Ranch at the minute with it coming out so soon. Yeah, it means I've got more kind of time to work on this, where Lee's maybe not designing the levels and stuff, so it means I've got time to do a lot of bug fixing stuff, which is quite nice. Yeah, some stuff that's been kind of annoying us for a little while. It's mainly things, small things today, so one of the things I wanted to show was kind of before you could just stand on the enemy's head. You couldn't damage them when you were stood on the head, they could damage you, but it was still really annoying. So now it just kind of made it so it just pushes you in the way you're facing so that you fall off. And yeah, it's a lot better than just standing on the enemy's head. I've been doing a few things. That this button here, you could hit it with the sword. I've been fixing stuff like that, but yeah. One thing I do want to show that I need to look at is I realised you could stand on this button and then stand off really quick, and then if I just jump on it, it goes up and up and up, so that you could theoretically take this as high as you want to. This is quite a weird thing that needs fixed. And there's also the box in there that I've been working on trying to get the fix for that in.
Yeah, so sorry if I'm sniffing and stuff. I've got an illness. I'm sick. I'll get over it. But yeah, it's been a bit of an odd day for me. So the game jam that we did wasn't last week, the week before now, the start of December. Skystead Christmas. So that's been live on itch.io for a while. But we decided to actually put it onto Steam. So I've been going ahead and doing that. There is a bunch of work that he's doing for this, so managed to get a PC build, because before it was a WebGL build, a bit different. Getting all of the configs set up for Steam, all of the ratings, all of the tags, all of the descriptions, all of those things. There's an awful lot to do. Make sure the build is set up and running and executing properly, but it does seem to be all good, and I've just sent off the store page and the build as well, so we don't usually have to submit a build when we're doing DLCs and stuff like that, so that's like an extra step. But yeah, it should be good. And the whole point is basically just to, because we know our audience likes to get achievements and stuff like that, so we're going to release this for free, completely free. And yeah, there's going to be 25 achievements, one for each Skylet that you can do, and then one for checking out Skystead Ranch, because there's a link in game. But I've just been doing the can make these bigger, extra large. I've just been doing the assets for Steam, so these are the assets that will fill up this top banner here, and if we just go to the home and library, this section here, and this section here. So it's this kind of stuff that I've been working on. I think it looks okay, just sort of fudging the assets that we already had for the game. But yeah, fingers crossed we will launch this. So it'll be coming out on the 31st, New Year's Eve. That's just because we need to make the store page live for 2 weeks before we can do anything. Honestly, we should have done it a bit earlier on, but we didn't really think. So yeah, Christmas Eve, and it'll be released for free, so fingers crossed we'll get a bit of a traffic bump going to Skystead Ranch ahead of the launch.
Okay, there's been a lot of announcement posts so far. So one thing we started yesterday was the sort of the Skylet bracket, sort of voting for the best Skylet, just more advertising really for the game. Yesterday Wendy won, and today's Hoot versus Snarl. And the idea with this is we're going to do one a day on the way to the release. So we started them this week, because then it will run up until the actual release of the game. So it's just a constant posting we can do on Twitter to get a bit of promotion. I am keeping a track of the bracket in the back end, so yeah, this is all randomly generated. And yeah, each one that wins will go through to the next stage, knocking out whoever doesn't win, and all the way to the final on the actual day of release. So yeah, that's all running now. Hopefully we'll keep on top of that. Other than that, there's been more posts. So on Reddit, we've been advertising the game on different subreddits where we can, and as well as that, we have the winter sale starting tomorrow actually, so I've got those all scheduled as well. Other than that, been working on the trailer. I think it's pretty much finished up now. There was a couple more bits of changes that Rob requested to make, so this first cut was a bit offbeat, so tweak that a little bit. If we scroll across to new cooking clips, so I re-recorded the cooking clips after this section here. because they were just a bit too fast. So I've narrowed it down, done a different change in the cooking. But the actual cooking or the focus of the image wasn't centered very well, and it's because of that curve. You can see how the clip curves around the cooker, which makes it difficult to actually focus on keeping that in the center. So I added a bit of a zoom transition. Hopefully that helps a bit, because it does keep the actual cooking a bit more centered on the shot. So yeah, that's the final cut for now until I get more reviews, and we'll see if that's ready to go. The only last thing to do will be to re-export it with different end cards here. You can see the guidelines I've used to get that perfectly centered up, but we need to change our wish list now for available now and that sort of stuff for when the game is actually done.
Yeah, okay, so today, just continuing doing more bug fixing stuff really, but the first one's just like really quick. This has been in the game for ages where you could stand on the buttons and then they'd end up going up in the air, and yeah, I think I showed it off, but yeah, it doesn't do that anymore, and it resets properly. I'm not sure on it, like setting the door like that it can instantly go off. It's kind of weird when an enemy steps on it as well, but yeah, it's working a lot better now anyway. And I've done the same thing for the like light puzzle thing, the light switching puzzle. Yeah, and then the other thing here is just I've made some changes to this flying enemy here. So, well, changes to the grapple in general really. So if you do pull the enemies now, there's like a bit more of a delay, because I was kind of asking the others how, or any ideas for what to do for the grapple, because I haven't really seen many games that like let you pull enemies towards you. Basically it was like, it goes towards you a bit too quickly before, it felt like. So yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Other thing I was going to mention, sorry, is the flying enemies. So rather than pulling them towards you, you kind of knock them instead. So you knock them down and then you can get some hits in on them, and then they will fly back up and just start again, and then you can just continuously do it, and it just makes them a lot easier to deal with once you've unlocked the grapple.
Okay, so a lot of my week this week has been based around working on the Skystead DLC of Coloring Pixels, the one that includes 12 images that release each day up to the release of Skystead. So I won't show everything off, as I want to keep a lot of things a surprise, but this is definitely one of the ones that I really enjoyed yesterday especially, which is a little image based on Hoot. And I want a bit of a nighttime scene, as I thought the pink and purple would go well with each other. And overall this one didn't actually take too long. I'm actually quite proud of this one. And I also added a little love heart at the top right, which made for a nice little match between this heart here on the top of Hoot. Oops, daisy. And here. Just thought it looked quite nice. But as for now, I'm currently working on the last image in this DLC, which has mysteriously vanished. Where's it gone? There we go. Which is based around cooking. So this is sort of going to be working from the assets that Laura has made for cooking. I'm essentially going to fill in this stove here and add some dishes to the left. So hopefully this one won't take too long, but it is isometric, so it does take a little while trying to get the forms right. But hopefully I shouldn't be working on this for much longer.
Yeah, I spent a bunch of time today going over the more marketing stuff. I was working on this a bit yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and make more of these. What these are essentially are small clips. What I was recording to be turned into little GIFs just for marketing purposes. So I've got this one which will come out tomorrow. This took a while to actually master this out, but looks quite nice. And to do this over for various countdown periods. I think there's 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, and then the final 5 days. So yeah, there's a few more of these to make, and I'll just get these exported into GIFs.
Hello, today I worked on a carrot plant. We did have a carrot that Jack made, but the other stages were not there yet, so I made all the stages today, and it was quite hard to figure out how to do a low poly carrot greens and the flowers, but I think I did well.
Okay, so it's been a pretty fun morning as well as a bit of yesterday. So essentially what I'm working on now is the Kickstarter special cosmetics for the game. So, you know, like sort of these special items that the Kickstarter people will get. And this is one of the first ones that I did, which is a new version of the crook. Early on, Rob thought it would be a cool idea to have more of an industrial looking crook that could have been used for, say, something like mining. So it's got a bit of a harder top, and it's got these sort of gems here as well, which sort of act as a light source. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. It looks pretty cool. It looks distinct enough from the other crook as well, but also being within the same sort of realm of design. And I actually used some of the old concept art for this design, which I can quickly get up. I should have had it up earlier. My apologies. Let me quickly grab it. I did quite a few crook designs, so this design that I've got on the screen now is based off this one here. So you can see it's not completely the same, but I've definitely drawn a lot of inspiration from there. And overall, I think I'm going to call it there. I did add on the emissives as well for each crook mode. So we've got the, if I put it on the emissive channel, we've got the yellow, we've got the blue, and we've got the red. So you can see here the crystals as well as the sort of grooves in the crook change colour.
Hello, it's Friday!
Hello! It's very busy. We're getting closer and closer to the release of Skystead. This is it for the year for us now. We're going home for Christmas. So Merry Christmas everyone watching the video. Happy New Year. But yeah, Skystead Ranch, it is on Steam, it's on Epic. It'll be on Switch soon, so check out all those platforms, wishlist it, and just get ready for the release, which is coming out 17th of January on Steam on Epic. So yeah, it's getting very close.
Yeah, and thank you to all our Discord members, our Patreon members, everyone who joins the streams when I do them. And it was Rob's mum's birthday, so thank you to Rob's mum. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. Woo!
Merry Christmas!
Happy New Year!